Subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribed to enter this month's shoutout giveaway. Now, let's get into 8 of the grossest restaurants in the world. Number 1. On the Border. Nowadays, you can log on to just about any restaurant website and get the nutrition stats on all your favorite dishes. And while this definitely is a win for healthy foodies and those looking to melt some stomach fat, we can't help but notice that there are bits of information missing from some of the menus. The On the Border's nutrition guide, for instance, doesn't provide trans fat or sugar information, which are 2 of the most buzzed about nutrients of recent years. Coincidence? Probably not. In fact, if we had to guess, it was probably a deliberate move to ensure anyone who cares about health isn't scared off. And guess what? When you're shady like that, then it's a sure sign you're stuck in the dark ages. Number 2. Ruby Tuesday. Ruby Tuesday is another restaurant withholding nutritional stats about their dishes, and it's breaking our hearts, quite literally. Information on the dish's saturated fat, trans fat, and sugar content is totally MIA, and consuming too much of any of these nutrients has been linked to heart disease, heart attacks, high blood pressure, and abdominal obesity, which has been linked to, you guessed it, cardiovascular disease. You'd think that Ruby would want her customers to be well enough to eat at her restaurants for years to come, but if she's leaving off vital information because it's just that bad, she's bound to run out of customers sooner rather than later, which can't be good for business. Number 3. Cheesecake Factory. The Cheesecake Factory won't budge when it comes to revealing what's really in its food. Aside from the chain's Skinnylicious menu, which is made up of 50 dishes with 590 calories or fewer, they're not saying a word on their website about the nutritional makeup of their dishes. Years ago, some of the information was available online. Nothing on fat, trans fat, fiber, sugar, or protein though, but since then, the information has totally been removed from their website. And many of the menu offerings are now different, making the information that's lingering behind on unofficial Cheesecake Factory websites pretty useless. If you want to know how good or bad a dish is before you dine, the only way to find out is by calling the company directly. And even then, they don't reveal their trans fat, saturated fat, or cholesterol counts. We know this because we called numerous times. The best strategy for survival at the factory is to run the other way before you reach the door. Number 4. Denny's. While we give Denny's props for making moves towards sourcing and servicing cage-free eggs in all of their locations by 2026, they're among one of the many chains that still serve meat that's been pumped with antibiotics. In fact, they have no public policies in regards to antibiotic use in their supply chain. Grand Slam? More like you're out. Number 5. Applebee's. So far, Applebee's has not mentioned any plans to reduce antibiotic use, but don't assume ordering a fish dish or a vegetarian option is a safer bet than the chicken or burgers. The chain's menu is filled with booby traps. Take the hand-battered fish and chips, for instance, which has over 1,000 calories and 100 grams of artery-clogging fat. And the shrimp wonton stir-fry has nearly an entire day's worth of salt, making it a catch you're better off leaving at sea. A growing number of people are looking to eat a more wholesome diet, but more of us are dining out regularly than ever before. So you'd think that every restaurant would want to serve up a fair number of healthy offerings to attract and retain customers. But that's far from reality. In fact, some of the nation's more popular chains have yet to expand their menus to include more than one sad-looking entree salad. Number 6. Pizza Hut.
Hit Pizza Hut for a supreme pizza loaded with 6 delicious toppings like mouth-watering pepperoni.
In an attempt to push the menu beyond slices, Pizza Hut expanded into pastas, salads, and something called P-zones, which are calzone-like concoctions with more than 1,000 calories each. The salads aren't much better, and the pastas are actually worse because they have about half a day's worth of calories. Aside from their fit and delicious pizzas and the bone-in wings, they don't serve anything that's suitable for someone trying to lose 10 pounds, let alone eat a clean diet. Considering that other chains like Pizza Fusion carry organic ingredients sourced from local farms and gluten and lactose-free menu items, we see no reason the Hut can't up its health game. Number 7. Uno Chicago Grill. It shouldn't come as a surprise that Uno, home of the deep dish pizza, one of the world's most calorie-dense foods, is also home to far too many dishes that pack more than 1,000 calories. Their mega-sized deep dish sundae, for example, has 2,700 calories. That's the calorie equivalent to 14 Krispy Kreme donuts. And their Cobb salad has more more than an entire day's fat, nearly an entire day's worth of salt, and a belt-busting 900 calories. Finding something to order at Uno that won't derail your weight loss efforts is like looking for a lost earring at the beach. It's nearly impossible. Sure, there are a few things that are okay on their less than 500 calorie menu, but if you veer off that list, which is a little boring to be frank, you are sure to run into trouble. Number 8. IHOP. A few years back, IHOP was one of the last chains to release its nutritional numbers. Given the national debt level calorie counts on much of its menu, it's easy to see why. To make matters worse, even the healthy-sounding dishes at the chain are just weight loss saboteurs in disguise. For example, the chicken fajita omelet, which is filled with veggies, chicken, salsa, and cheese, clocks in at 960 calories. Bet you didn't see that one coming. The spinach and mushroom omelet? Say hello to 890 calories and more than half of your day's salt. Even the chicken and spinach salad with grilled chicken has over 1,000 calories. You get the idea. Proceed with caution if you must dine at this dark age eatery. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos on your screen because I am sure you'll love them. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.